Hey everybody, we have finally made it to one of the greatest roads in all of the United States. We're in the mountains in Colorado. We're heading toward what's called the $1 Million Highway. I don't believe this segment of road is actually part of the $1 Million Highway. There's a smaller section of this road that they call the $1 Million Highway, but this is an incredible road right here. All of the mountains of Colorado have roads that are incredible. We're on Highway 550 headed towards Montrose. Now, that's where we're going to stay the night tonight. Hey baby, you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Just checking with you. What do you think so far about these mountains?
They're gorgeous. I always thought Tennessee was pretty, but Colorado has been so much prettier.
Really? Prettier than Tennessee?
As of right now, yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to keep that secret. We can't move, okay?
Don't want to live in Colorado, but I have enjoyed looking at the view.
Wow. It is incredible. Maybe that's why they call it the $1 Million Highway. It's $1 million view, huh?
Yes.
All right. We've been pretty high up. You know, a lot of times whenever you video something like this, you don't get the full effect on the video camera as you do in real life. These rails right here, I'm kind of glad these are here, but not everywhere we've been have had rails. Well, like right here, we don't have rails, and there's a pretty good drop off right there to your right. Have you been nervous at all?
At times, yes.
Yeah. Well, I know going into this, we had a conversation with Jeff and Michelle, and I think some of what they said might have made you nervous before you ever got here, and then seeing some pictures and stuff. Were you more scared before we got here, or have you been more scared here on the road itself?
I think before we got here. It's not as bad as what I thought it was going to be, but there are some areas that are definitely sketchy.
Okay. Well, just hang on. We're doing good. Not going very fast here. You can see my speed on the speedometer there in certain views like this one right here. I'm not going very fast. Most of the time I'm doing between like 30 and maybe 45. I mean, just where the road allows. Usually where there's a sharp turn like that warning sign right there tells me to slow down. And plus, we've got these cars in front of us that kind of help us to see where we need to slow down. So it's been fairly easy. I know this construction or whatever it is they're doing up here might add a little kink to things. I hope we don't have to stop for long. So that area back there where it looked like there was construction, I guess they were trying to clear a spot that had a rock slide or a mudslide or something. That's kind of a scary thought, huh?
Yes, it was.
To see all that debris on the road. It has rained here recently, but I guess everything's pretty stable now. I wonder how they know when something might fall or when it gets unstable, when they ought to shut down the roads. Surely they don't wait until it falls and then stop things, huh?
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Maybe there's somebody from Colorado that could let us know. If you ride in this area or drive in this area fairly often, then let us know how that works. I mean, I guess they probably shut these roads down when it snows heavy or ices or something like that. But what about a heavy rain? Do they shut the roads down? Do they realize there are certain areas that are going to be unstable on the mountain, and so they shut that down? Just let us know if you happen to be watching this from this area, okay? Or from other mountainous areas. Maybe you could let us know too. So, for all my friends out there who ride, man, I've got some great friends from Tennessee, some from Oklahoma. I know some people from just a few different places, but if you have not ridden through Colorado, let me encourage you to ride these mountains. The views are spectacular. What do you think of these views, Kim? Man, it looks like there's a major drop-off down there, doesn't it?
It sure does.
You don't like me bringing that up, do you?
No, not really. Stay focused on the front of you.
Don't look down. Here's another lane that looks like it was blocked off from debris. I'm glad we didn't get hit by any debris.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty area, boy. You've got all this forest around you, and you've got the rocks on the ledge to one side, and then you've got the drop off on the other side. You hanging in there?
I'm hanging in here.
Cool. Are you getting tired?
Very tired. Very sore.
At least we're not dealing with the heat up here on the mountain.
This is true.
It's nice and cool. You put that extra jacket on or something, didn't you?
I did. It helped a lot.
I'm a little bit on the cold side, but to be honest with you, it kind of helps keep me on my toes. So I'd rather be a little bit on the cold side up here for sure than to be hot. So I know you've been tired. I know we've been on the road for a good while. I'm looking at my map here, and there's a road coming, or not a road, but a town coming up ahead. I think it's either called Ouray or Ouray or something like that coming up. You know how to pronounce the name of that town?
I think it's pronounced Ouray, Colorado.
Oh. Okay, well, it won't be long and we'll be to that town, Ouray. Take a look at those mountains up ahead. Look at this valley down right here. Man, what a drop off.
Yeah, it's scary.
Well, I'm keeping my hands on the handlebars for the most part, except for when I have to switch cameras, okay?
I would rather you keep your hands on the handlebars instead of switching cameras.
Okay. Look at the mountains ahead, and mountains to my right, and mountains to my left. We're fixing to make this big U-turn, sharp U-turn to head the other direction.
It's really pretty.
Maybe we'll get to this Ouray here pretty quick and get a little rest. Oh, look in the valley. Look at that little road down there. That's a long ways down, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I've been thinking about why I started this channel and doing these types of rides and things. I mean, it's amazing, it's incredible, but I've been riding for close to 40 years in all. Not all that time, but most of that time I've ridden some motorcycles, different types. Being a pastor, a lot of people think that pastors don't ride. A lot of people think that pastors don't like things like motorcycles, or they don't think about how we enjoy the mountains just like everybody else does, or that we might enjoy getting away from life sometimes and having just a good time alone with the Lord and with our spouse, or out having fun on a ride. I don't know why it is that people might think pastors don't like that sort of thing, but I know I do. And so I wanted to start this channel because I am called Rev J. My grandson calls me Papa J. Different people have called me Rev J along the ways. And so I wanted to start this channel and say Rev J Rides, because a lot of people don't understand that there are motorcycle riders out there that are pastors. friends are people who try to follow the Lord with their life. And I wanted to use the opportunity of my riding motorcycles to use it as an open door, maybe to talk about Jesus and my faith in Christ. When I make these rides, when I'm looking into the landscape around me, I'm thinking about how incredible a creator God is. I don't see this stuff as an accident, not at all. I see this as somebody who had a plan, had a design, and that designer is the somebody that I'm talking about. And when he designed it, he also designed me so that I could experience this. He allowed us to have the ability to be creative as well, so we could create things like motorcycles and cars and all of that. And when we combine everything, his creation with our creation, and when we combine it all, we get to experience beauty in so many different ways. But this is my favorite way to experience God's beauty, the beauty of his creation. And so I'm just blown away by this, and I don't know how many of you out there are like me. Maybe there's some others out there that are like me, and you're watching this video and you're like, wow, God is good. That's what I hope this inspires. Look at all these mountains. It is incredible. I hope this inspires people to say, wow, God, you are such an artist, such an awesome creator. It goes beyond his just creating this or me, or allowing me or other human beings to create motorcycles. It goes far beyond that. And us recognizing the beauty of his creation, it goes beyond that. This inspires me to want to have a relationship with the God who created me. Actually, I don't know if you know this, but Romans 1 kind of talks about that a little bit. I'll have to paraphrase here, but it basically says what can be known about God is plain because God has shown it to them. For his invisible attributes, including his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived ever since the creation of the world in the things that have been made. So they are without excuse. In other words, we are without excuse. We see his nature, we see his power, we see his abilities to create, and that should say to us, there is a God, there is a designer, there is a creator, and he's good, and he wants a relationship with us. So a ride like this says a lot of things to me. I don't know what it says to you, but I hope that it would inspire you to say, whoever made all this, that one is someone I want to have a relationship with. And we can, especially through his son. Then on top of all of that, I get to experience this particular ride with my wife this year. I'm so glad to have you along on this ride, Kim.
It's been a lot of fun riding with you. You've done a great job maneuvering through these mountains and stuff. It sure is pretty.
Shoo-wee, look at these drop-offs and these cliffs.
It's crazy.
Just when you think that, it's getting easier, all of a sudden it gets harder again.
It's really pretty.
It is really pretty. Oh wow, look at that. There's a big old cliff over there to the left. I'm kind of glad we're on the other side of that.
Me too.
I'm glad we're not out on the outside of that. Instead, we're on the inside.
I'm loving the cliff. Or the rock.
And you're hanging on to the rock. Well, there's a lesson for us all.
Yes, there is.
Hold on tight to the rock. And the rock
is Jesus Christ.
There you go. There you go. It's a lesson for everybody. straight from Mrs. Rev J, better known as Kim. Wow. Beautiful is what that is. Incredible. If I lived in the mountains, I would be on my motorcycle 24/7, I think.
Bet you would.
How in the world do people live up here without owning a motorcycle? You'd have to own some skis. You'd have to own a motorcycle. You'd probably have to own a Jeep, right?
Correct.
All of those. Golly, look way down there at that road, way around that mountain down there.
It's pretty awesome.
Looks like we're going to be down there pretty soon. Maybe we'll get to rest in a little bit. I think we're getting closer to that town. You said it's called Ouray?
Yes.
All right, Ouray, Colorado. Won't be long now. I guess I'm going to have to do a second part to this series, riding through the mountains in Colorado. So that'll come out next week, okay? Hey, in the meantime, hit like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and God bless.